Hello and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be talking about the Bunnies palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. I'm actually not going to show the cover of the palette just in case YouTube decides to demonetize me over it, because it can be considered a little bit risque. But here's what the inside color story looks like. The previous version of this palette was much larger, had different size pans, and was also way more expensive. I remember when they released that palette, I thought that it was really expensive for what it was. So I'm glad that they decided to redo it, update the formula, make it smaller, and also bring down the cost. And I did receive this palette in PR, so thank you so much to Unearthly Cosmetics. I've fallen in love with their products since trying them out this year, and I was very excited to see this palette because I think it's a great addition to all the different palettes they already have, because this one is definitely a spring pastel type of palette, and I love the way that this is set up. So you've got the columns of shimmers and mattes, and the shimmers kind of match the mattes. Now there are no deepening up shades, but you can use the green to deepen up with a little bit, but you would have to reach into another palette. But I think it's supposed to be more of like a pastel spring palette, so I don't miss that too much. Plus I can really use any of their other palettes that I have from them if I wanted to kind of pair these pastels with some deeper mattes. And also this is an updated shimmer formula, so that made me even more extra excited. I feel like Unearthly Cosmetics has set out to take over the world with their beautiful unique color stories, and they've really done that because I definitely have seen them blow up quite a bit, especially in the last year. So let's get right into the 3 looks, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts at the end of the video. Primed with the Gimme Glow eyeshadow primer, and I'm first gonna go in with Chick. And I think I'm gonna put it a little bit onto my lid as well, not just in the crease. I'm gonna do kind of like 3 shadows across, and then I'll do like the other shades on the other side. So yellow, orange, pink here, and then the other eye I'll do the blue, green, and purple. And that definitely took a little bit of building up, but I think it built up pretty nicely. Next I'm taking Carrot right next to that. So far these are feeling a little harder pressed than I feel like I'm used to, but they are definitely pigmented. Like they're applying, they're just going to be a little bit more versatile because you'll be able to kind of dial up and dial down like how much opacity you want. Go back in with the yellow as well. Gonna merge these 2 together, and then lastly going in with Ribbon. Ooh, that is bright. Taking that on the outer corner and just blending that out. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of the yellow to kind of lighten up. Taking a clean brush with some light translucent powder and feathering out the edges of the pink, and going into the yellow is going in with the pink just a little bit more, and just really trying to blend it out. These really do definitely feel harder pressed. And then finishing off the lower lash line with the pink, just connecting it, and then going in with Carrot. And then Chick. Chick is taking a little bit. There we go. Alright, what do I want to do for shimmers? I think I'm going to try to go in my finger first to just feel the texture. I haven't touched any of these yet. So I think I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in with Hop. Ooh, on the kind of inner half. Just kind of all over the lid. I'm going to take it a little up into my crease as well. That is so sparkly. Oh, that is just like so sparkly. Ooh, that's so pretty. And then on the outer portion, I'm going to go in with Tulip, which is the pink shimmer. Oh, that one is so pretty. Look how sparkly that is. These are so pretty. Here's the first finished look. Taking Spring onto the inner third on my lid, and I'm going to put it on the actual lid as well, not just the crease. And that picked up very nicely with that brush. That was a What's Up Beauty R102 brush. And then I'm going to put Butterfly right next to that. That also picked up super nice. Ooh, I love these two shades together. That is super fun. And then just going back and forth a little bit over here. And then on the outer portion, I'm gonna take Jelly Bean. Look at that pigmentation. So far, maybe with just the other shades, but these are definitely picking up better with the natural hair brushes. I'm just blending that out. I feel like it didn't stick down as much as it did on the other side. That could also be a color thing, so I'm not sure. And I'm gonna take some light translucent powder and just go over the edges of that. Taking Jelly Bean underneath my lower lash line, and then Butterfly in the center, and spraying on this inner corner. Going back in with the blue just a little bit more. I'm gonna take Clear Skies on my pinky. I'm just gonna put that over the front half of my lid. I feel like this one feels like it's hard panning a little bit from me touching it. This one also doesn't look as sparkly as the other two shades on my lid. And I was gonna go in with the green, but the green is much darker, so I felt like it wasn't going to go together. And I'm taking Sweet. Ooh, it's so pretty. And it's gonna go out here. I feel like I need to go in with my other finger. Here's a second finished look. Prime with the Beauty Bay eyeshadow primer in the shade White. And I'm gonna go in with Chick right in here. And I'm going in with a natural hair brush. And it's definitely taking a little bit of building up. I feel like this one is a little bit harder pressed than the green. And I can also see kick up in the pan in the green versus this shade. But it does build up really nicely, so you can just kind of dial it down, dial it up. Next I'm taking Spring, and it's gonna go basically across my lid and onto the outer corner. And this is a rougher brush, number 13. And I'm just blending that out. Putting on some NYX glitter primer, and I'm going to put that basically all over the lid, and I'm going to try not to put on too much. And then taking it out here as well. And Grass is Greener, and I'm just going to put that right along my lash line and into the outer corner as well to kind of essentially deepen it up a bit. Just kind of tapping it on. I want to avoid any harsh edges. I have a little bit of fallout, but I'm gonna go in afterwards and try to blend it a little bit. And then next I'm gonna take Golden Egg, and it's gonna go right up here. Look at how beautiful and smooth that is. Then blending it down into the green. Taking a little bit of a smaller, denser brush, and I'm going in with the dark green shimmer shadow to try to kind of blend it out. Just move it around a little bit so I don't have a harsh edge there. And then I'm also going to go in with it underneath my lower lash line, and I'm going to just mist my brush very lightly so I can get it down there with minimal fallout. And then I'm going to go in with Golden Egg under the rest of my lower lash line. This is such a beautiful bright color, especially for the lower lash line. I really feel like it just brightens everything up. I put on the Immortal Lashes from Unearthly Cosmetics, and here's the third finished look. Overall, I really enjoy this palette. Still better than the Natasha Denona $65 pastel palette. Shimmer wise, matte wise, and everything wise, I would say this is way more worth it, and there's plenty of coupon codes floating around, so you can knock that down from 50 to 10% off, and I definitely would say that it would be worth it. If you don't have any pastel eyeshadows or anything like that, I think this is a great option. If you have a lot of pastel eyeshadows, then I don't really think you need this. A couple of the shades I noticed had a little bit of kick up and a couple of them didn't, so it seems like some of them might be just a little bit harder pressed, so they just take a little bit more building up, but I think that they worked beautifully, and the shimmers are definitely so stunning. stunning, very beautiful, and smooth and shiny, and they're not squishy. You might experience a little bit of fallout here and there. Definitely would recommend some sort of a glitter primer. You could also just wet your brush because that worked really nicely underneath my lower lash line, so you definitely don't need to use a glitter primer to make these shine. You could go with your finger, though I would probably recommend not using your finger, like maybe swatch it once just to see, but try to avoid dipping your fingers in here too much because I do see some of these like just hard panning a little bit from me touching them, specifically Golden Egg, but they do pick up really nicely with a brush. Clear Skies, Golden Egg, Tulip, and Grass is Greener are duochromes, almost multi-chromes. I can see a shift in Golden Egg, but I'm not sure if I would necessarily call it like a true multi-chrome. So I think for the value of this palette and what you're getting, if you're interested in a pastel palette, then I definitely think that it is a great option to have. Let me know in the comments below if you pick this palette up or if you plan on picking it up. I would love to hear your thoughts. And that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much makeup content operating my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.